Do I? There we go. That's because, yeah, my microphone was muted. Hopefully now you guys can hear me. All right. I'll bet you can hear me now because I didn't have a microphone. Yes, I was muted. I had muted it earlier to make a video for something else, and I forgot. All right, well, welcome to the channel. This is Jim of All Trades. I'm a crypto trader. Trading through an Elliott Wave perspective. Sorry about the no sound there, guys. Hope you're doing well. All right, good to see you. We're going to jump into the market, guys. Don't forget, I'm not here to give you financial advice. Just showing you how I see the market through an Elliott Wave lens. It's a fantastic way to look at the market through a lens of 5s and 3s. The market moves in 5s and 3s. We identify those 5s and 3s, put them together, create and understand structures that Elliott designed or found out or observed, and then we predict where price might be heading based upon those wave structures. It's not the end-all and be-all of TA, guys. It's just part of a well-rounded diet of TA. So hopefully you guys are doing well. I think that's about all I said, as I ordinarily do. I'm ready to jump into the charts with you guys. I hope you guys are ready to rock in. Can I say hi to you? Hey, John Sager. Good to see you, buddy. How are you, man? Love it. Kill it, crypto. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I'm seeing that pump and dump. I had a hard time with the title tonight. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to every week put pump and dump down, but still waiting for a hit to the high on the market. We haven't gotten it yet. I'll show you what I'm seeing there, and then maybe a dump after that. But all the charts are looking toppy, from Tesla to the S&P to the Nasdaq to Bitcoin. They've created structures that are toppy, which means primarily that there might be movement to the downside coming soon to a chart near you. So let me see if I can get that. There we go. Perfect. Anyway, trying to get the camera. There we go. That's fine, I suppose. So anyway, yeah, it's they're looking kind of toppy, but I'll show you what I'm seeing, and you guys can just do what you will with it. But I'll show you the market structure that I'm seeing, and you can kind of get a sense for it. I took two trades so far in this little mess in here this weekend. I just took a long. I'm chopping up here. Took a long off that move. Finally took profit once she spiked today, and let's see, it took a little short off the top of that, but already took profit on that sucker. Waiting on a retest of that high if we get it. So I'll talk to you about what we're probably going to see. Something like this, maybe if we're lucky. See if we get an entry into that. So, all right, guys. Well, don't forget. Again, I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm just going to show you the wave structures, 5s and 3s, and we'll put them together and we'll see what's going down. I didn't finish saying hi to everybody. So, what's up, John Sager? Kill it, crypto. Good to see you, buddy. Hey, Keith. I know you're probably listening in. Good to see you. Sorry, I don't have much Moon Boy count, but I will show you what I see. Daniel L. What's up, buddy? And Lee. Glad you're seeing that divergence, man. We'll be looking at the weekly, so good to see you. Tiago, yeah. Hey, buddy. Let's see. That is Sean. What's up? Hey, Johnny English. How are things going there, bud? You're in South Carolina, aren't you? In the South Carolina? Where you are? Can't remember. Let's see there. Mark Sura, what's up? And then Mr. Driver, what's up, man? Hey, James. See you popped in. Good to see you. All right, 45 of you here. Hit them likes, guys. Let the YouTube algorithm know this is a video worth watching. Appreciate you. All right, let's jump in. And hey, Alejandro, how's life down there in South America, buddy? Good to see you. I haven't seen you around, buddy. I guess you've been busy. Okay, let's see what we're seeing. We'll jump into Bitcoin first and try to understand what's happening in this wave structure, and then we'll go from there. Okay. All right. Hey, Beta Bot, what's up, buddy? I'm gonna have to ignore those people coming in now. So if you're coming in and you're saying hello, good to see you. I won't be able to say hello to you personally, but we will definitely do it. All right, seeing some hidden on the 4-hour chart, seeing hidden bear on this chart here, looking for a downward movement of the market. Probably, maybe some kind of a ending diag or a fifth wave move like that, maybe that finishes this structure out. We probably have something going on like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and gonna get a 5. 5 isn't finished. I was expecting this to be the 5. It did not provide that 5 to us. Yeah, my voice, guys. I said it earlier. I got the junk. I don't have the COVID, but I got the junk. So sorry about my voice, guys. I'm not feeling very well. Hey, Frank. What's up, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while. It's definitely not a triangle, bud. It's definitely not a triangle. Hey, Seth. Hey, buddy. Do I have an altcoin? Seth has some. Seth, let us know what your altcoins are, buddy. But I bet you Monero does really well. I bet you XLM does really well. Those are two that I have my eye on, just for their functionality and their use. All right, here we go. Let's jump in. All right, there's a couple of ways of looking at this market, but let's just zoom out, seeing what's happening here, okay? We've got a structure. I mentioned this last live stream, and I'll mention it again, that we've got a structure here, especially what's happening up in here. It looks like an expanded flat is being formed, okay? And I'm sorry for everybody coming in a little late, and I can't say hi to you. I see you coming in, and I love you guys. I do. I just don't have, if I keep saying hi to everybody, I'm never getting the information out. So hello to you, and love you, and here we go. So I'm looking at this as 3 here, okay? And we're looking at this as 3 to the upside. That may or may not have finished, okay? That's still the question of the day. Has that 3 finished to the upside or not? And then are we heading down now? Okay, that's the question. So we have an ABC that looks to be done here. A, B, and C. Let's get 5 waves in C as we always do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right there. We have no problems. It's a really ugly impulse, but the 4 does not overlap the 1. The 3 is not the shortest. All the rules are just fine. There. So we have an ABC impulse, and now I'm looking for a 3-wave move to correct that, at least to the 618 retrace, but probably all the way back down to the bottom, more than likely. I'm looking at probably, I'd like to see it come 90% back down here. That means I'm looking for 5 waves to the downside. Okay, I'm looking for kind of a big move that's going to come straight down, potentially whenever it starts. I'm looking for a 5-wave move to the downside. And that's at least what the wave structure might be pointing to. Okay, now I still think we're going to hit those upper targets. I really do. I think we're going to bounce back and head on and hit those upper targets. But it's not before we have a retest of the low. Okay, now what would that be? What would that look like in the grand scheme of things? Well, what I think it would be a C wave of a larger flat. You have 3 waves there, 3 waves back down. We'd be looking for 5 waves to the upside, and that's what gets us back up to the 50K range, which I think we're probably going to go. I have this saying all the time. I have this saying, and the saying is this: the market often goes where you expect it to go, but just not in a way you expect it. You see a price structure, you see a target, you say, yeah, that's where price is going to go. And you're probably right. Price is probably going to go there. But the problem is it's going to get there in a way that messes you up. It's going to get there in a way that that you don't expect, and it's not going to allow you to trade it if you're not careful. And so I think I've been calling for quite a while a large move to the upside, kind of straight up here, kind of going up fast. Well, the problem with that is that we have lost the wave structure here that supports that kind of idea. So I've pretty much all but abandoned that count. that takes us straight up from here. I've abandoned it, all but abandoned it. I hold it as an outlier count with the notion that I don't fully understand what this wave structure is in light of a move straight up like this. It doesn't make sense to me. In other words, I don't know how to interpret the wave structure here. If price is going to go straight up from here, I wouldn't know how to interpret the wave quite handily. And I'll just be honest with you about my ignorances. Sometimes I just don't know. Okay? And because of that, we do what we can do. But nevertheless, I've pretty much abandoned that count because of this wave structure. The wave structure that has formed here, because we did not on this move, this has gotten too big for me. Okay? This has gotten way too big for me. I don't know that I just don't see it. But I do acknowledge the possibility that this thing could break up and out of here, like so. There is a slight possibility that that happens, regardless of whether I understand it or not. I don't have to understand it for it to go up there. Okay, I don't have to. Now, one way that I have offered as a potential for that to be the count, if that is the count, if this C wave comes up here, one thing I have done is offered this notion that maybe we get an extended fifth wave, okay, where we get a 1 and a 2 here, and then we get 3, 4, and 5. And what that becomes, that's a little too big, I think. What that becomes is an extended fifth wave, where instead of counting this as a finished 5, we can count this as a 1, 2, we can count this as 3 right there, 4, and then all that would be 5. It's pretty ugly. The wave is pretty ugly in and of itself, but I suppose that's a possibility, and I don't hold that with high regard, that count, but I still at least offer it as a potentiality there. So anyway, that's an idea there. I can tell already, guys, I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to sustain alive tonight, so I'm going to keep it a little shorter than normal. Okay, so anyway, as a macro second or third or fourth count way down the road, here's an idea for you that comes straight up. We're looking for a break up to the upside out of here at some point. It may hit the low one more time and then break up and out of here. And that should go up in 5 waves, like I've got drawn something similar to that. Okay. However, the wave structure just doesn't look likely for me as I look at this on the 12-hour chart here. This wave right here seems more proportional right there, okay, to this wave right here. Okay, so we got a 3 up, and a 3 down, and then 5 up. Question is, did 5 finish? Has this 5 waves finished? This has taken so long to play out, guys. It's just taken an absolute eternity to finish. There's a strong argument that says this thing has finished. It's done. And we've actually had the first wave to the downside being made. Okay? Let me show you what I'm seeing there along those lines. Okay? Let me go into the 4-hour and I'll show you this wave. Argument that says 5 waves is done. Here it is. You've got 1, 2. You've got 3, 4 right there. And then we got an ending diagonal, 5th wave right there. Okay? So there's an ending diag right in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Something like that. And that's the 5th wave of C. Which you have an A wave to there, you got B down to here, and then C wave. There's a flat right there. Now we're looking for an impulse to the downside. It's already begun. You might argue that the 1 wave is in process, or the 1 wave has finished, and we're in the process of making wave 2. I'll show you that argument in just a moment, but we're in the middle of wave 2 that's working its way up, and then we'll look for a wave. We'll look for wave 3 to, build itself. Look for 3, 4, 5. Now, I'm not a fan of that because this isn't as big as I think it needs to be. So I don't think wave 1 is done, but wave 1 could be done. It's a possibility. But we'll look and see if we can understand this wave structure here. But there's an argument that's done. It says, hey, guys, we're not getting that 32K hit to the high. We're not going to get that spike to the high. This is gonna retrace a little bit and then go on. It's going to go on down from here. So we'll talk about this a little bit later. There's another argument that says, hey, Jim, no, it's not done. Let me show you that count as well. So it's not finished. Here's the argument for the C wave not done, that we actually do need a higher high made. Okay, that ending diag that you see is actually the ending diag of a B wave. Okay, where you actually have an A, a B, and a C right there. Okay, there's your B wave, and that's the B wave of a flat. So you've got A, there's your B wave of a flat, and now this impulse that we're getting is the C wave of a flat. Okay, and it's looking. It's looking about finished, or it needs another wave down, a fifth wave to the downside. We'll have to wait and see. Still, same dilemma. Is this wave finished or not? And that's the question we had last week, and that's the question we're going to have again this week. Is that wave finished? Okay, and so that means this would be some kind of a wave 4, and now we're waiting. We're waiting for wave 5 to begin, if it hasn't begun already. We're waiting for the fifth wave to come up and spike this high right here. Okay, and that'll be the fifth wave of C, which is a flat. Okay, I don't like that count as big as this is. I'm not a big fan of that count anymore. I really am not. But it's a possibility, and I hold it in tension there. So, in review, that's where we are in this, and it really makes it simple to understand, as far as from a wave structure standpoint, where we are. We're in the middle of an impulse wave right here. That's the immediacy of where we are, okay? And that helps us know where we're going immediately, okay? Or where we could go immediately, all right? That is an impulse wave. That impulse wave that you see needs to be 5 finished waves. That's the character of an impulse wave, for those of you studying Elliott. For those of you who are already students of Elliott, you know that. That's simple, that we operate there all the time. Excuse me. Let me get a little... Stay hydrated here. Okay. So, the question of that is, what is that impulse doing in the chart? Well, it's doing one of two things, and I've already explained. One, that impulse wave, this is just summary of what I just shared. It is either the C wave of a 3-wave move, which will be followed whenever it's finished. It'll be followed by a spike to the high. Okay? That's what's going to come next, if this is the end of a C wave. Now, here's the problem with Elliott. I have no way of knowing whether that's the end of the C wave or the beginning of a new wave to the downside, because that's the second idea, that this impulse wave is the beginning of something new to the downside. It's the first wave of a downside move, which could be followed, that would be followed by a 3-wave move to the upside whenever this is finished. So here's the point, and here's the beauty of this, and here's how you can trade it. You can look at this wave and say, all right, whenever it's finished, all right, whenever it finishes, there's going to be a move up. Whether it goes up in 5 waves to spike the high and it goes up fast, or it goes up slowly in 3 waves and just retraces this wave, corrects this wave, okay? We don't know which one's going to happen. Now, either way, there's a long there. There's a directional trade long there that you could trade this to the upside if you could spot the bottom of it. If you could spot, as I teach my mentors, the whether it's a finished correction or a finished structure or not. But there's a long there, whether it goes up in 3 or whether it goes up in 5. So that's where we are on the chart. Okay? So we looked at the macro and we said, just go. We've looked at the macro. And we've said, hey, what's going on here? What's the wave structure saying to us? And what this wave structure is, to me, at least a primary idea for me, is it's a flat. That either needs one more hit to the high or it's done. One of the two. And I don't know the answer to it. If it needs a hit to the high, we're waiting for that spike, that hit to the high, and it's a good potential short of the market. Because there's 3 waves there. There would be a finished 3 waves there. Normally should be followed by a 5-wave impulse wave to the downside. Should be followed by an impulse wave. It's a clear trade setup for you. Okay? Now, that leaves us some clear analysis for tonight. That all we're left to do is to look at this impulse wave. Once we understand what's at stake here, whether we're going to hit the high or not, whether we're not, or whether we're going to go up in 3 waves. Okay, once we understand that's at stake, we just have to ask the question, is this finished? So let's spend in the next 15 minutes or so talking only about this wave and applying what we know of Elliott and say, is that wave finished? And that'll give us just a good look at this wave and a trade setup for this week, maybe. Okay? Now, keep in mind, we have news. We have news coming in on Wednesday. All right? We've got the Fed coming. And the Fed is going to announce their rates. All right? So we're going to... I've never seen that before. I see hearts flying up on the chat. What's that? That's something new. What is that? It's kind of cool. Somebody tell me what that is. Okay. Let's zoom in. 15-minute chart. Let's look at the present wave we're in. Okay, what do we got here? What's happening here? All right, let me give you the idea. Just walk.
Sorry.
Let me give you the idea here. We're just looking at this wave. We're looking for 5 waves. So here's some things to consider. First off, we have this wave, this weird wave right here. 4, 5 to right there, ending diag. Okay. Now, you've got maybe 1, 2, 3. This could be a wave 4, maybe. This could be a wave 4 there, maybe. Maybe there's a triangle being played. I don't know. And then we get 5. Let's see if there's a triangle on a potential here. I'm not one for triangles, but let's see if there's one. This is a really nice zigzag. Yeah, that's not 3. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Let me see if we got a WXY here. That's a real possibility there. So we can look at this wave right here as a W wave right to there. 3 up. And then we can look at this as a flat X. And then a double zigzag, a Y wave. So that's finished. That could be a wave 4. An overarching wave 4 of this wave. So we got a 1 and a 2. All this was 3. Here's your wave 4. Came back up to the 4 of the previous degree. Okay. And now we're looking for wave 5. When we begun the wave 5. Looking for a move back up and then a working our way down. Let's go take all this liquidity down here. And then up we go. Spike the high. Or a three wave correction after that. That's going to get back up here. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Cool. Send the hearts, guys. Send the hearts. I like that. Was kind of neat to see. Send all the hearts and send all the likes and whatever. That's a pretty good count. I like that count. But that puts this in perspective. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4 ending diag 5. And so there is a that's not 5 finished waves, but we're actually going to get another stop under the low. One more time, we're going to take out this liquidity down here. And then we're going to go hit the high, maybe. Go spike the high there. So I like that. I like that count. So here's 5. Get back down here on the 6-hour chart. Retest the 200. And we either get 3 waves or we get a spike to the high and then a reversal. It's a big one. Ah, you guys are doing it now. You got all the emojis rocking. That's funny. Cool. That's funny. Where do you do that? Because I don't see it on my screen. Oh, I see. Add reaction. No, I don't see it. I see a little button that says show your support for Jim of all trades with a money sign on it. I see that one. Bat it up. Oh man. Every time I hear that, Seth, I think of you, buddy. Oh, I gotta be a viewer. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So there you go. That's my take on this wave. I think there's another hit to the low. Let me show you Ethereum. I think there's another hit to the low coming right now as well. We're working on a 3-wave move back down to finish an ending diag. One more wave, and then we go spike the high. Maybe. Or we 3-wave it to the upside before coming back down from there. Okay, excuse me 1 second, guys. My nose is running. Gotta go catch it. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I got a little nose spray there, guys. Sorry about that. My nose is horrible. All right, there we go. You got a couple of cookies as well. It's not going to help my diet, but I have lost 40 pounds. Not eating this stuff, but I can eat it every now and then and be all right. Okay, yeah, so I'm looking at Ethereum. I'm saying, okay, I see a downward move here, back down to the trend line, ending diag. I'm not sure if that's a flat there. I've got it drawn there, but I'm not sure if that's the right way to interpret that. I think there's another way to interpret it here. We get one more hit to the low, ending diag, finishes, and that's wave one there. Boom. We get a three-wave pullback, and then we get downward move. And so there you got your first wave, boom, and then this was there's a three-wave move right there. This was a what do you call it? That was an expanded flat right there. Okay, now it's super trashy, but I think that's a way to interpret what we've got going on, and so that's going to bring us back down to here, and then we'll go up. Actually, and you can kind of see the trend line. You can kind of see the trend happening there. Boom, something like that, maybe. Something like that. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that before we go up and hit the high again. But then you'd have some kind of a three-wave move. You got A wave, you get your B wave, could come down even lower than this, and then you get a C wave or a X wave. So there you go. So that's kind of yeah, I do need to get the quinine going, buddy. That's what ETH is looking like. That's what BTC is looking like. So I have I'm starting to think that this wave, this wave to the upside already finished, probably, and we're probably not going to spike the high, but we could, and this is where number one, I'm just here to tell you, I don't know the answer to it. I don't know the answer to whether we're going to spike the high or not. You just have to be ready for either. You have to trade, if you're going to trade that, you have to trade it with good risk management, okay? But I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know. Could we go spike the high? Yeah, we could. Are we going to? Definitely? Yeah, that I don't know. I don't know that. Okay. So, anyway, with that said, if you ask me right now, I think there's a good chance we already finished with this diag right there. ETH looks finished. ETH looks finished. This looks like a finished 5. 1, 2, 3 to there. Okay. 4 and then 5. It looks finished. And that looks like maybe a flat there. 3, 3, 5. So I'm waiting on this wave to be done. 1, 2, we got 3, we got 4. Let's get an ending diag 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Waiting on 5. Okay, let's look at XRP. XRP is showing its colors a little bit. XRP is broken on the 8-hour chart there. It's broken, structure to the downside. Okay, we have a clear 3-wave. We have a move down. Oops, sorry. Let's try it again. We got a move down. We got a clear 3-wave pullback, and we're getting another move down. Now, what I think could happen with XRP is that this could be coming down to retest its breakout, as it often does. Okay, once that finishes, it could go spike the high again. Okay, without Bitcoin doing anything, it could go spike the high, maybe. Okay, that's if Bitcoin goes to spike the high. That could happen as well, and then get a bigger rejection. Maybe 3 waves, larger waves back down. I mean, just the way XRP likes to move. You get these big rallies, right? You get these big pumps here. Okay, you see that pump there. You see all these little pumps there. And then what ends up happening is that price makes its way all the way back down. Okay, comes back down to the breakout zone. Sometimes, like, it surpassed it here. It surpassed it here. All right, it didn't quite surpass it down here. But I guess the point is that this could come all the way down to the trend line and just make its way back down, and before it goes and pumps again, which allows for several months of bearishness, several months of this correcting to the downside before we pop again. All right, that gives the market time, gives news time to come out and develop. Right, we know the market is moved in cycles, and we know the market is moved and it's rigged, and we know it's going to happen. Andres, I see your request for a link. I'll get to it for sure very soon. So anyway, we know all those things. So yeah, that's a real possibility there for XRP. So I think XRP is kind of showing its colors. We're gonna get, this is gonna get eaten back up. It's gonna eventually make its way back down. Now, how's it gonna do that? Well, it's probably gonna finish this wave at some point, give you a 3-wave pullback, and then come on down and just continue working its way down. Okay. ADA, not been super helpful at all watching that chart, but yeah, ADA looks down as well. This looks like a 3-wave correction. Okay, this looks very 3-wave-ish right there. It has corrected a large move to the downside. It could be done, in which case, if it is done, this has come back. We're going to get 3 waves back up and a continuation to the downside. I'm not a big fan, though. Man, I don't want ADA to go down much more, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to see ADA go down. But the wave structure here is super challenging. Super challenging. I wouldn't mind a retest in 3 waves, something like this, and then a continuation to the upside, where this was actually a leading diag of some kind, with a 3-wave pullback, and then we get some kind of move like that, and that could be some kind of a larger flat or something there. But ADA is pointing to this downward move here. Okay, again, all the charts looking fairly toppy, that we've probably topped, and that we've already formed a first wave to the downside. We need a correction, so we need a bit of a correction back up before we get the next leg to the downside. I think that's a real possibility. You look at Tesla, for instance, and it looks toppy. Okay? I mean, look. You got this nice WXY right there. It's beautiful. It's pretty. And you have a 3-wave pullback. Come on. Right now it's looking very 3-wave-ish. Now it's a little shallow. I would imagine there's one more hit to the high in it. Okay, one more hit to the high, maybe to 327 or so. All right, but it's looking toppy. It's looking like we're reaching the top levels. This is coming down on the 4-hour and giving hidden bull divergence. All right. So I'm looking for one more hit to the high, maybe, but still, we're creating top formations. So Bitcoin might go hit that top, guys. Bitcoin might go hit that top. I don't know. I don't know when and if it's going to do it, right? But the markets, all the markets are showing themselves to be, hey, we're in a range where watch out, we might start dumping again. We might start heading back down over the next several months. So maybe 2 or 3 weeks where we finish out this top formation, maybe, okay? And then I'm looking for some kind of a downward move after that, okay? The Nasdaq looking toppy. Now, the Nasdaq could go up and make a higher high, okay? And then I have to reinterpret this wave. But the way I've interpreted it up to this point is that either this is a WXYXZ, which is what I have drawn on the screen right there, or a leading diag of some kind, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which I like that as well. And then we have some kind of, I don't know, where A, B, C. That's finished or almost finished. And then we'd be looking for a downward move after that. Again, looking toppy here. You can see the RSI's oversold. We've got divergence here. On the daily chart, we've got divergence. We've got bearish divergence right here. So the Nasdaq is looking like it's about finished. Might get one more hit to the high, might get one more, and then boom. Watch for this trend line, see if this breaks to the downside or not. That's going to kind of confirm that the move is done. Okay, so watch that. The S&P, as we look at that, same thing, same idea. We got an initial wave up. We got 3 waves back to the top. I've been talking about this wave ever since it started. I said, hey guys, we're heading back up, and that was a beautiful TA that I've been given through the S&P. Okay, now it's done. It's about finished. It's looking about done. Okay, and we've got some divergence here on the daily again. We've reached levels where we expect this thing to probably turn around and begin a downward descent. So because of that, Bitcoin's looking the same way. Bitcoin's looking like it's about ready to give us a downward descent. We may need a correction back to retest, but chances are we're going to be heading down. Now we have to understand, how is all of this going to play out in line with news this week? Okay, we have a lot of news this week. Let's take a peek at the news. Right here we have, we got let's see, we got, where is it? There we go. Flash manufacturing for the USD. We've got Euro news, which affects the DXY. Okay, we've got consumer confidence, and that's a big deal on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we've got the FOMC statement, the federal funds rate, and a press conference. So that press conference is they're gonna give some clues as to where they're going and what they're doing with rates, and it's gonna be and I think it's questionable as to what the Fed is going to do. Okay, inflation is still up, guys. Inflation is still up. Chances are they're going to at least signal raising rates, if not raise rates again this time, which means hawkish for the dollar, and then other markets are bearish at that point. So we're looking toppy, and it's coinciding with probably news that the Fed is going to be hawkish on the DXY, on the dollar, indicating that they're going to send markets tumbling soon. So I think in the coming month or so, I think we're going to see a downturn in the market, and I think we need to be aware of it and prepped for it. Okay, but chances are we could go hit the high first, but looking for a downward turn. All right, and a retest of the lows more than likely, especially in Bitcoin. Okay, we've got Thursday. We've got let's see, home sales, and we've got advanced GDP, and then Friday. It's not NFP, is it? No, it's not. It's employment It's revised consumer sentiment. Okay, and this in the core PCE. Okay, let me take a peek at link. If anybody's interested in General Dynamics Corporation, I'm looking for a spike to the low. Maybe another hit, maybe another move. Maybe another move to the upside after that from this area. Maybe a big one. But anyway, that's somebody was asking me in the group about General Dynamics Corporation. There you go. That's an idea at least to pay attention to. Regardless, I think the next move is to the downside. What happens after there? My target zone would be down here somewhere around 196, 192. All right, let's look at Link real quick. Link's over here just doing its own thing. What is that? Looks like a wave 4 of some kind here. Okay. Something like this, where you got an A wave right there, you got a bigger B wave, and now we're in the middle of C. Okay, so this is A to here. We got a complex B here, and then we'd be looking for a C. So C is still in the works. Looks like C has a spike to go, maybe $9. And then we'd be looking for a reversal. Sharp, fast move to the downside. This supports a spike in price of BTC. This count that I have supports BTC going to hit the high, which is important to me as far as to know that. So looking for this to finish. It's close. It's close, but then I'm looking for it to tank. So I'd be shorting it. I'd be shorting Link for now, or looking for a short entry on the daily chart. On the daily. On the 4 hour, 1, 2, 3, might be in wave 4 or 5, I don't know. Actually, they seem quite correlated, Seth, in the sense that both counts provide a swift move to the downside. A 5-wave move would be the expectation of both charts. Now, the counts are different, but the wave expectation is the same. 5 waves. We're looking for a sharp move, 5 waves to the downside. Once BTC finishes, we're talking a potential spike to the high. Okay, we got to come down first, finish this wave, spike the high, and then we have a sharp reaction to the downside that goes in 5 ways pretty fast. I think that's highly likely, highly possible there. Had a request for XLM. Let's take a peek at XLM. Yeah, so XLM, again, is making... it's doing a couple of... This is what I've got right now. This looks like 3 waves there. Looking for maybe XLM to finish down here. Okay. And I don't mind XLM spiking the high again. Okay. In fact, I think it's likely that it'll spike the high again once it finishes this correction. So it needs to finish down here first. Okay. Get down here, finish its correction. maybe go up and spike the high, and then we'd expect to see a sharp correction back down to the downside again on the higher time frames, something along the lines of this, before we get anything big. And that should take quite a while. This should take a couple of months to play. That's how I'm seeing it correlate with Bitcoin. Everything's correlating. With Bitcoin, you know, I'm expecting, you know, remember, I mean, here's the order of events. When you finish down, spike the high, reject. Okay. So XLM's kind of the same thing. Let's finish down, spike the high, reject. Okay. Now that rejection may not be quite that deep, right? But it's going to reject. You know, boom, 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 and go, and then start moving. Slow and careful, but you're going to get a pump up to 50K in Bitcoin. So XLM probably the same way. So personally, you know, if this finishes a 3-wave system like this, I'd be buying that and selling the spike. Once it spikes one more time, I'd sell it. Let it spike, let it correct again. Or put your stop here and just let it ride and see if you get something like that develop. See if something like that begins to develop. That'd be pretty amazing. I think there's a good chance of that. If you're spot trading, that's probably what I'd do. Not here to give advice, just telling you how I think about it. All right, guys, only 50 of you here. Hope you enjoyed the night. That's the way I'm looking at the market. Trade setting up. Is there a trade setting up on the small time frame? It didn't give me the entry I wanted. Oh well. I mean, I took a short here, but I already took profit because I figured I'd get a retest of the high. I haven't got that retest. I'll wait till I get a retest of the high, some kind of 3-wave back, before I enter a short for this wave right here. But I'm going to be looking for a long after that. And I think ETH, same way. Looking for a spike to the low, some kind of low. Some kind of move to the downside. Okay. Looking for that. Then I'm looking for a long in the ETH as well. Keith, I don't know about that, man. I don't know if anybody else knows about that, but I'm pretty ignorant about ADA and that upgrade you're talking about. But looking at the chart, no, I don't think so. It looks like it looks like ADA does need to pump a little bit, but maybe just for a C wave here before it dumps again. And then eventually, I don't know when the Mithril upgrade is, but eventually you'll get a pump after that. So I'm looking at this as a 1. I need 2 to develop, wave 2, and then we'll go wave 3. All right, guys, I feel pretty good about the TA that I've offered you. You got to be nimble, and don't expect everything to happen perfectly, guys. Learn how to trade, so don't take anything as trading advice. Just wave structure. You have to learn how to trade the wave structure within that environment. So if you want to learn that, we invite you into my Discord. That's where I teach trading in this environment. If you need some help along the way, I do mentorships as well. I'm in the middle of a mentorship right now and having a good time doing it. And would love to have any of you guys, if you want to join the mentorship, would love to have you. But with that said, I've got a course that's in there. There's plenty of videos, so many videos in there, just educating you on how to look at the market and how to read the RSI properly and everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Thanks. That's about all I can give you tonight because of my voice. But we're going to call it a night. Thanks for stopping by the channel, guys. And I'll see you on the next one. I'm really hoping to get some content out soon. I've realized that I've just really neglected the content and just my YouTube channel is going stagnant. But I needed a bit of a break, I suppose, just because I used to make charts every day of the week, and it just gets old after a while. And you say, hey, you need a bit of a break. So I'm going to start putting out some more content. Would you do me a favor, if you're still listening? Once we're done, request any chart that you'd like, whether it's S&P or whether it's in the regular financial markets or whether it's a crypto, and what video you'd like to see. What crypto? Oh, sorry about that, guys. What video you would like to see, if there's one you'd like to see. What topic you would like covered in the next video that I offer. All right. So put that in the comments after the live is over. Don't put them in the comments here because I'm not going to pay attention to them in the chat. You gotta come back to the video and comment on it. All right. With that said, have a great night, guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.